podcast live on YouTube with my name is Mike Bosch.
And I'm Ashley Rains. And with us today is returning guest and legacy finisher, Jim Ristow. Hey, Jim. Welcome. We are so excited you are here.
I was actually expecting trumpets and doves being released in my ear
Oh,
for my
actually,
return.
yeah, I actually looked that up. I was trying to get some like sound effects and stuff. And I'm just gonna be honest and say we're still figuring some stuff out. And
It, it
maybe next
wasn't
time.
in your it wasn't in your budget, is what you're saying.
Well, it's not that it wasn't in my budget, it wasn't in my skill set, unfortunately.
There's a big
So
difference.
my skill set is such. So I'm just going to do a quick check to make sure that we are in fact live on YouTube, which I think we are. If I can
Should, should there be
get
like a 10
my
second delay in case I say
uh
something stupid?
no, it's
there's.
it's live. It's live. Yeah, we're live. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we should be able to see
Yes.
them. We have some questions that have been sent to us in advance. But just to level set, the podcast is not about me. It's not about
No,
Ashley. This
no.
particular episode is about you, Jim.
It's
This
not. Isn't
question
it always about
is
me? It's
I
always
would
about me.
say, yeah, it's always about you for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Who
and
else would it be
so,
about?
yeah, and so we're gonna get to do two things today, Jim.
Great.
Do you know what those two things are?
Prove that I have an AM radio face.
We're gonna get to do three things today, Jim. Do you know what those
Okay.
three things are?
Ask me questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There's probably some discussion about a certain race,
Yeah.
and then there was a dessert challenge.
There was, well, I wouldn't say challenge necessarily, but a
Well,
component.
it's because I smoked both of you already. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, if anybody is not following you on social media, we'll just say you are known for two things in my mind:
I agree with
Kona
that.
and desserts. And
What
so
was number
we
one?
thought
What was number
Kona,
one?
Kona,
I
Kona,
was going to call it the 5K thingy that he has coming up in
the
a couple
5K, yeah,
months.
the 5K thingy. Um,
Okay.
and desserts. You constantly post pictures of
Hmm.
desserts, not just normal desserts, like
No, no.
over the top
Yeah.
restaurant quality, high definition desserts. And so
The ones that I never eat.
oh, see,
Oh, you
I thought
never
these were
eat?
ones that you eat these. I was misled
No.
completely.
Do I look like I'm 500 pounds? I know the camera puts on. What do they say?
10 pounds.
10
The
But
camera
pounds.
adds 10 pounds.
the reason why they get posted all the time is that those are ones I want to eat. But just
Mm,
because you can doesn't mean you should
that's a good
all the time.
Oh.
point. That is a good point. So what you're saying is you have willpower. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that and I also do post a lot of posts about puppies, but I think maybe those mostly go to Kim. I don't know if I really
Yeah.
put a ton of them out on
Yeah.
social media,
You
but
a few. Yeah. Now that you mention it, I think the desserts are easier to stick out.
yep.
Um, so, do you want to start first, or do you want me to start first? So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna share the dessert. I mean, not literally, but we're gonna talk about the dessert that we brought,
Okay.
and we'll describe it, and then we will taste it. We'll give a
Okay.
review of said
Okay.
dessert. Do you want to go first, or should I go
Well,
first? You tell me. It's your podcast.
it's my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You go first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I will go first. So what I have, and I'm gonna hold this up for the camera, is I have a homemade Oreo cheesecake with a homemade chocolate ganache, I think is what Colby said it's called.
No,
And
no.
so if you
That's
aren't
correct.
following us on the regular, this week's vlog that posted on Monday, I actually have video of Colby making this said cheesecake. And when I say made it, he made the crust, he made the filling, he made the oven that cooked
Mhm.
it, like baked it up, like he
He made the
assembled it.
oven.
He made
He
the
made the
oven. I
oven.
just bought a bunch of parts from the oven store and he put it together and then he made the filling. And what's super funny is we made it on Sunday and he joked that he wanted to wait and make it yesterday because he didn't think there would be any left for today. And
Yep.
surprisingly, there's just a little bit left. I have been secretly sneaking in there and cutting off slivers. So what I'm gonna do, to be fair, is I'm gonna take a bite. I'm gonna hold this up for the camera. It has plenty of Oreo goodness inside there. And I just have to say, I have already tasted it several times over the past couple days, and
Mhm.
it actually probably tastes better than it looks. So,
Wow. Okay.
mm.
Okay, Jim.
The
What do you have?
oh, hold on, hold on.
Well,
The
Oh. Oh. Okay.
texture of this,
oh,
the
oh, you
texture
have to
actually.
describe it.
You have to. The texture is. That's all I want to do. I'm just giving you a hard time. Okay, Jim. What do you got?
Well, I have my Sherpa, the world's greatest Sherpa, Jim Ristow, right?
Mhm.
Is also a very well-known chef in the circles around my apartment, meaning me.
Oh, okay.
And, and, and she took this up as a challenge. And what she created, oh, I suppose I should have to hold it up. Can you see it?
Oh,
And
looks good.
Ooh,
you
that
can
does
see the
look good.
top. See this
I
top?
Yeah.
see the top.
Oh,
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
She made a malted milk. What was it now? Butterscotch
Ooh.
cheesecake with whipped cream and chocolate chip topping.
Oh
That
my
sounds pretty
goodness.
good.
And she made this also on Sunday. And we also joked around on how much of it would be left. And this isn't the last piece. There's still some
It's
left
not?
over. No.
Okay.
Okay.
That's impressive.
So,
Okay.
and to taste it,
Mm-hmm.
you're okay. Here goes AM radio facing pie. Mmm, mmm,
Mmm.
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 You guys just talk. I'm just gonna keep on
Yeah.
going.
You
Yeah.
just talk. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. All right. So
All
I
right. What do you got,
have
Ashley?
a triple layer. You can't. That my fork's not big enough for the third layer. Triple layer.
Ooh.
Chocolate cake. It's like a dark chocolate cake,
Oh,
and then like
wow.
a fudge frosting.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
Fudge.
can't take that big of a bite. Yeah.
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 I would say this was not a contest, but we're all winners.
Well, I
In this
get to eat
situation.
cake, so I would say I'm winning.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. It's
We're all winners.
it's not a cheesecake pie. That's a cake and pie
Mm, mm,
together.
mm. Yeah,
Mm.
I gotcha.
So
Okay.
Yeah, forget
Well, that
about
was
this is my
that.
dinner.
Yeah, I haven't
your
eaten dinner
dinner.
either. To be honest, I hope to have. I'm gonna have cereal later, probably.
Well,
So
sorry to tell you, this is gonna last like 4 hours. So you guys are gonna go home
Oh.
hungry.
negative Ghost Rider. They probably won't. But what we could do is we could break this up into installments because the little 5K that you are going to run in Kona, Hawaii is almost a year away. So you've got plenty of time. So let's talk about that if you don't mind. I mean I know people have to twist your arm to talk about it. And so just know that I'm verbally twisting your arm to get you to
You know,
talk about the 5K thingy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Really,
Mm-hmm.
my
Well,
5K is less than 11 months away.
Oh, it's less than 11 months now. Okay.
Wow.
October 10th,
Right.
2026.
Okay.
So
That's
your
not
big day.
long. That's not long.
no,
Mm-mm.
no. The interesting part that's starting to happen now is I got to start paying for things.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I recently booked the condo.
okay.
I bet that wasn't a. I bet that was not cheap.
No. The airlines are about to release the dates so that you can get the air ticket because you can't buy you think you can buy your tickets like a year ahead of time. Airlines are
Mm-hmm.
335 days out is when you can buy things, but that you can
Interesting.
only do that when your returning flight. So I could go ahead and book what I want to fly there, but I can't book coming back. So
Really?
Okay.
I got another week or so to wait for that.
Mm.
Um, I looked at car rental rates. Uh, well, I'll tell you the price of this one because I'm not going to do it. I was going to rent a minivan because the bike has to come along.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Just guess how much a minivan is a day during that week.
I'm gonna
During that
say
week. Mm.
$275 a day.
I would say 300 a day.
Well, total for a 10-day stay,
Uh-huh.
$3,800
Oh my gosh. So 38. $380 a day.
for a minivan.
Wow.
That is insane.
You're not buying it, are you?
No,
Can you
You're just
no.
gonna rent it.
just ride your bike everywhere? Like,
Well,
Oh.
I have Tim along with me, so I'll have to wait to see how much the Uber XL is going to be from the Kona airport down to Kona when we get there. But so
that's crazy.
the fun part is figuring out how much this thing's really going to cost. Let's just say it better be worth it.
So how much, just out of curiosity though, because you've been planning this trip for quite a while, how much did you, I mean, if you don't mind my asking, how much did you budget for this? Because prices have gone up since you started this journey, right?
Well, I know
Right.
somebody who did it in 2018, and I think he was around the $10,000 price point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I actually
Um,
saw somebody on Instagram that posted
I
that
saw,
that just did Kona. They were there for two
yep,
weeks. It was $18,000.
that's
yep.
exactly what I saw too.
Yep.
The host hotel, the host hotel is right down in the Bay Area. It's really just a Marriott Courtyard. It's called the King Kamehameha. You have to buy a 10-day package. It's $834 a night for a Marriott Courtyard.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
A
So
night for 10 days?
yeah, you have to buy the 10-day package. You can't go in and spend a couple days somewhere else and then come in just for the race. You have to spend the whole 10 days
Oh
there.
my gosh.
But you got to keep in
So
mind,
what if you're not going to be there?
well, you're going to
Yeah.
be there. You're going to be there for 10 days. This
Hmm.
is
Oh,
an
okay.
event. But you
Okay.
remember, Marriott Courtyard rooms, they don't have a kitchen.
Right.
You're gonna be eating out on every meal.
Right. Yeah, they don't have free breakfast. Courtyard doesn't have free breakfast.
No. They give you the little tiny
Cheap pineapple.
refrigerator and stuff like that. And it's also a Marriott Courtyard that probably hasn't been updated in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they know what they got. Um, I know there are people that live there that complain because we do take over that little town for a good week to 10 days to 2 weeks. I
Yeah.
can understand it, but just think of the money that we actually bring in
Mm-hmm.
for this
Mm-hmm.
event.
Well,
So initially, I thought, well, okay, you can stay out in the resort areas. There's an area called Waikoloa. It's where the Hilton Waikoloa is, the Marriott Waikoloa. They have tons and tons of condos. You can stay downtown. The Kona, they're- it's older, so the condos are smaller and they're not quite as elaborate as a resort area is. So I was thinking we could stay in Waikoloa until I figured out how much the car rental is going to be, because the condos are
Mm,
actually a little bit less expensive, and they're going to be
mm-hmm.
bigger and they're newer.
Yeah.
But I also found out that in Kona, if you want to park in a public parking lot, it's $12 to $24 an hour to park. So on race day, you're there. Well, we're going to be there much more than 17 hours.
Hmm.
You do the
Yeah.
math, how much that would cost all day.
That
I
is
think
ridiculous.
sounds like it's going to be cheaper to stay at the Marriott. And you said it hadn't been renovated for a while. I'm sure they've washed the sheets, but you might still be able to sleep on the same sheets that like Mark Allen or one of those guys slept on, right? And that would be
Mark,
worth it.
Mark
Yeah.
Allen's not staying at the Marriott Courtyard. He's staying all like, well,
He might have way back in the day, back in
that's
the
true.
whenever he raced. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like he might have real championship vibes on it.
20 years ago, it was $199 a night. Everybody probably thought that was too expensive. I did end up,
I won't.
fi-
Wow.
I did end up finding a condo, zero point 0.3 miles away from the finish line.
Oh.
So everything's walkable. It is probably the most I've ever spent on accommodations. But I also thought about other people. Kim would have had to sit on the Marriott Courtyard lobby floor for 17 hours that day. Plus,
Mm,
I was trying to make it a little easier for everybody else. So now she has a place that has air conditioning, that has a clean toilet, um, it has a kitchen, and I do I do have a rather big contingency also coming to see me.
okay.
Beats me why, but now they also have a place to chill out and do stuff while I'm out there doing what I'm trying to do. So
So you have
we're,
a
we're
you have an
we're
entourage.
close. Yeah, so far, I've counted 16 people that are committed to coming. I've already had
Wow.
a, I already had one party book a
16?
house. hmm That's
Wow.
you know, I've also had a lot more people saying that they are going to be coming. Yeah. Come to see Hawaii.
Well,
If you happen just to show up on a day where people are wearing lycra pants and stupid goofy helmets on their heads, fine. Don't come to Kona just to see me race, because we all know how often or how much you see the person during the day. Seconds during the day versus that type of stuff. But
yeah.
Yeah, but those seconds can make such a big difference for you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Is there any value in me saying that I'll come but not actually show up?
I would
Because
say that'd be typical, actually.
I mean, it sounds like a great plan to be honest with you, but
It
I don't think
does.
I
Well,
can afford it.
there's actually a lot of good things happening on the Big Island. You guys have you been watching what's happening at the volcano?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, the Kilauea volcano. It's spouting lava hundreds, if not thousands, of feet up into the air.
Mm,
And
I don't watch the
doesn't
news.
it doesn't usually do that. It just kind of loses the lava out. This is like lava fountains that are happening. Plus, there's a lot of great things on the Big Island to go see. I've been seeing Jim Ristow trying to pedal his way through the lava fields.
Well, so one of the questions that came in, because I do think it's only fair that we get to some of these questions, Jim,
We have lots.
um,
Yeah.
is
Rob.
are there
Mhm.
any special events outside of the Ironman World Championship that you want to do while there? Are you gonna do a luau? Are you gonna I would imagine at some level you're going to compete in an underpants run. I don't know if it'll be the sanctioned one or if it's just you running the
just Jim Ristow
streets in
running.
in your underwear.
I
It could
figured
go
it was just
either
him
way.
running from the couch to the kitchen and back.
Could go either way.
Well, if you're talking about Ironman events, Um, they start the Saturday before the race. So the race is on Saturday. So the week before on Saturday, there is a 2.4 mile sanctioned swim. It doesn't quite start where the swim starts, but you can do the whole 2.4 miles. Costs $50. But during the week they have something. They have a thing called the coffee boat. So
Mm-hmm.
for 3 or 4 days, 600 yards, 800 yards out, they park a coffee boat. So people swim out, grab their cup of Kona coffee and drink it and swim back. So I
That's
think there's going
cool.
to be plenty. I think there's going to be plenty of time to get in the water and get used to it because I've actually swam in that bay a time or two in my lifetime, and it is pretty cool. How far down you can see. This year, I guess there was like a pod of dolphins that were following the swimmers, so they
Mm-hmm.
can watch the dolphins, and you can see turtles and all that type of stuff. So we're gonna probably come in the Monday before the race, so I'm gonna miss that. Then there's also a 5K fun run the next day on a Sunday. I'm not gonna do that because to me there's no such thing as a 5K fun run anymore. The way I run, yeah, 5K. Why the hell am I doing this? A few days before the biggest race in my life. Tuesday, you can check in, so you get your band. And what else is on Tuesday? The Parade of Nations. That one I probably will do,
Mm.
Mm.
which
Okay.
is I think it's pretty cool. And then Wednesday, I think the underwear run is on Wednesday. It's
Mm-hmm.
technically free, but they ask for donations for the Ironman Foundation. So
Okay.
we'll see. I don't know if anybody wants to see this not covered.
So can we pause and I
Yeah.
ask a question about the underwear run?
Hmm.
And I've seen pictures of it, and it looks like people have went out and purposely bought um,
They get
special
creative.
outfits. Yeah. So I will be disappointed, Jim, if you aren't out there running in some. I mean, obviously you want to be fully covered, but if you aren't out there in some raggedy taggedy, tidy
What do the
whities,
what do the Australians call them? Bungee.
yeah,
Bungee.
Oh,
budgie smugglers or
but
something like
Yeah.
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yes.
Well, I've actually participated once in an Ironman underwear run. It was
Uh
in
huh.
2011 Ironman Louisville, and I had a pair of Stewies. Stewie from Family Guy,
Hmm.
the little baby, the baby, and
Okay.
he was kind of on my butt, and then it said "smack me."
Oh. Okay.
I do
Uh,
believe I also wore compression socks. I don't think I had that pair of underwear. Well, I couldn't fit in that pair of underwear if I wanted to anymore. But yeah, I have participated in an underwear run at one time.
And are you going to this year or this next year?
Um, it's on the list. It's in
Mm-hmm.
the middle of priority of what I want to do.
mm,
The,
Okay.
the other thing is, you know, the race itself is an event, obviously, but everything leading up to it is just as much taxing on everything. Not only the week that you're there, but even now, I'm starting to go, oh my gosh, I have to start paying for it. And how much is it? So this whole thing, take a regular Ironman, times it by 10, maybe even more than that. With this, I mean, they call it the Super Bowl of Ironman for a reason. It's an experience. And when I get there, I don't want to tire myself out so much so that when the day of the race comes, I'm too tired to really enjoy
Right.
it. So
Yeah, that makes
obviously
sense.
the race is the most important thing. Um, I also think on Thursday is the big dinner. Oh no, I forgot one. On Wednesday, there's a legacy dinner or a legacy event that we,
oh,
we all the legacy people can go. You get a legacy coin, Ironman Legacy coin in it. And that's when
Very
Mark
cool.
Allen and Paul Newby Frazier and all these Ironman Hall of Famers come in and show up and, cheer us on. So that one I
Very
definitely
cool.
want to do. So,
For
it's,
sure.
it's the legacy dinner, the Parade of Nations. The regular dinner is different. It's what Ironman used to do at every Ironman. The couple nights before, they had everybody come in, sit down, have a nice dinner, and then Mike Riley at that time would put on a show and, you know, ask who the oldest person was, who the youngest person was, who was the person who lost the most weight, and all that type of stuff. They still hold on to that at the show. Plus, there's, hula dancers and fire dancers and all that type of stuff. The only problem with that is I get in for free. Anybody else I want to bring, it's $50.
Mm,
Mm.
So we'll see about
gotcha.
that. I wouldn't mind doing that. Um, Other Hawaii things I'm going to do. Well, like I said, we're going to get there Monday. We're going to probably stay at the condo for the following Monday because after every one of these races, someone has to come with a giant-sized, human-sized spatula, scoop me up off the ground, and then they,
Hmm.
they
Mhm.
pour me into the bed. It usually takes me to the following day dinner time to kind of come back to the human race.
It's like a weekend at Bernie's. Put you on a dolly.
Or need a backhoe.
Well, it's another
You
reason why
know,
it's another reason why I wanted the condo relatively close because they put me in a car, drive me 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes to the condo. It wouldn't be pretty. And then
gotcha.
we do have 2 extra days. We're going to stay till the Wednesday after the race. So maybe we'll go out to Waikoloa for 2 days and get a condo up there and do something. Well, and,
But you'll be on the same island the entire time. You're not
correct.
going
We're
to do
not we're
any of
not
the
going to
other
Maui. We're not
islands.
going to Kauai. I've been blessed in my life that I actually have a brother that lives in Hawaii. He lives in Oahu, in the Honolulu
Mhm.
area. So when traveling was relatively reasonable, if Kim and I didn't know where we wanted to go on a trip, we would just go, okay, let's go to Hawaii. I would, cheese off him for 5 days a week, and then we would go to a different island, for a few days. So we've been to Hawaii quite often in our lifetime. I've had the I've been fortunate. I've actually seen the Ironman World Championship 3 times.
Wow.
Oh,
So
very cool.
even though I'm a rookie, never raced it, I got a great feeling about how the whole thing's going to go.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool.
That is
Okay.
cool.
So,
Extra Hawaii stuff. In Kona at night, you can take a manta ray tour. They have these
hmm.
giant manta rays that are 8 feet wide, and at night they
Mm,
come in and get their food, and you can swim with them. That might be something we
very.
do. Obviously, I would like to go see the volcano, but Mother Nature being Mother Nature, it's not like they turn the lava on and turn the lava off at night. Like they do
That's
in
true.
Niagara Falls. They don't do that in Niagara Falls, by the way.
I don't think so. But okay.
Just say water.
Maybe.
So we might do that because also down by the Volcanoes National Park, there's a black sand beach that has turtles. And Tim really likes the turtles over there. And you can also visit the southernmost point bakery. The southernmost
Hmm.
bakery in the United States is on that side of the island. And they
Whoa,
got
whoa,
these
whoa.
Bismarck. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh
I
no.
there's a monument in Key West, Florida that says it's the southernmost point in the United
And the
Really
States.
is
Is that
domestic. Yeah.
continental in the United States. Technically, the southernmost point in the 50 states is in Hawaii because it's much farther south than Florida is. It's
Mhm.
actually not the most southern part of the United States though, because one of the territories, America Samoa, Guam, one of those is farther south than Hawaii is.
hmm.
Look at that, Mr. Geography.
I'm just saying I've been to Key West and they claim they're the southernmost
Oh,
point of
No, it's
America.
it
I don't
false
says
know.
it says,
advertising.
and even
Apparently.
that since I live in Florida, that spot where that buoy isn't the
Uh-huh.
southernmost point. The southernmost point's the military base that's right south of it.
All I remember there was that and there was chocolate covered key lime pie. That's it. That's
Yep.
all I
Yep.
remember from
Oh,
Mhm.
visiting the
that's
Keys.
an interesting
Yeah.
combination.
You gotta get
Yeah.
the key lime pie where they dip it into chocolate and hand it to
That's what I got. I went to Kermit's. I
versus
went
the
to
one
Kermit's.
versus the one that freezes it, and by the time you get it, the key lime pie is so hard it hurts your teeth.
No, no, no. This was good.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of comments in the chat I'm going to go ahead and get to. So
Oh, people
apparently
are
the
watching this?
Royal Kona is super nice and costs less per night in February than a minivan rental cost during the World Championship.
I can believe
And
that.
swimming with the manta rays is definitely worth it. So you definitely need to put that on your list of
Yeah,
things
it,
because
it,
That's
it
it
cool.
depends
sounds
how.
like you're going to be very busy.
Well, it depends how I bounce back. The days
Yeah,
after the race,
sure,
depending what I
sure.
do.
Okay,
Um,
so we're going to get to the next question, which I don't anticipate is a 5 minute answer, but we don't
oh,
know. And that
that's
is Hawaiian pizza. Does pineapple belong on it or not? Like, what are your thoughts?
yes. There's nothing
Okay,
wrong with it.
perfect. Perfect. Okay.
It's my favorite kind,
Yeah,
if anybody cares. But it's not
you
about me.
Oh,
you usually on Friday nights here when Kim gets home from work, it's been pretty common that she makes a pizza. I mean, she makes it. She makes the dough, and it's never round. It's kind of some weird shape.
that's how you know it's homemade.
Right.
But she's done the Hawaiian pizza. Usually, she just takes whatever's in the refrigerator. So it could be chickpeas, it could be sausages, it could be pineapple, it could be any type of vegetables that are in there, and she just throws it on the pizza.
Mm.
Like a
And I never,
potluck
I never,
pizza?
I never say no. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Next question. What do you put in your special needs bag for both the bike and the run? Is there any particular thing that you like to have?
Well, in this race, it's gonna be a little different. First of all, special needs, which I don't think it's called special needs anymore. It's called personal needs or something. If
Oh, is
it
it?
can be
Oh,
politically correct. Special needs
okay.
on the bike is at mile 60. It's not at mile 56. So
Okay.
it's past halfway. And then on the marathon, it's actually at mile 16, which to me is like,
Really?
yeah, it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Hmm.
Well, to discuss what I'm going to be putting in my special needs bags, you got to kind of know what it's going to be on my bike and on my body for the bike and the run. And truthfully, this is I've been playing with this all summer because you know I hear this race is harder for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
The heat, the humidity, the wind that comes from the ocean, comes from the volcanoes, the sun. It's just relentless. One of the benefits of living in Florida, I can kind of train in a lot of that from April to October. So I have that advantage. So I've been playing a lot with nutrition, uh, trying to understand why I feel so lousy when I finish. Um, Trying to understand why I visit the porta potty so often, deep into the bike and definitely on the marathon, because this is going to be close. Um, we get 17 hours. I sadly have become historically a 16-hour plus finisher, if not a 16 and a half hour plus finisher at a normal Ironman.
Okay.
So I got to figure out ways so I'm not stopping as
Hmm.
often. So on the bike, I have my arrow bottle between the handlebars. I have the big speed fill triangle thingy
Hmm.
that goes below me. Those two actually hold three and a half, no, one, 2.5 bottles of nutrition. Then I have a bottle holder in the back that it's not only my bottle holder, but it holds the tubes and all the tools and all that type of stuff. So I have 3.5 bottles of nutrition on me. I'm toying with the idea of sticking another bottle in the back of my tri kit in the back pocket. Being
Oh,
that suit
wow.
has so many pockets, right, Ashley?
I love it. I do that. I did that at Hotter and Hill. Stick a
So
bottle in my back pocket.
each bottle is going to last me 15 miles. 15 times 4 is 60. Gets me to special needs. And then I will have the exact same four, maybe 3.5 or 3 bottles to get me back home. I'm currently on using Infinite, and I've noticed now I need to get a lot more sodium, potassium, magnesium in it. So I forget what the name of it is, but I bought the pina colada flavor. So it's a little tiny scoop you put in there. It gives you another 500 milligrams of sodium. It gives you, I think it's 240 milligrams of potassium and so on. So I think the reason why I feel so lousy is that I take enough nutrition in, but it's not the appropriate amount of sodium. It's not the appropriate amount of magnesium. So that's why I
Mm.
start still feeling so lousy. Um, the trick is going to be trying to keep the stuff cold. It's going to, it's going to be warm, especially, I don't know, special needs. You, you have to do your bags differently at this race. Or in the
Okay.
morning, you have to give them, I forget. I know you have to give them your run bag and your bike bag the night before, and you can't touch it until the race starts. So you can't go back in the morning and say, "Oh, I forgot this," or you take something else. So you have to get that pretty quick. I think special needs, I think might still be in the morning. Um, So trying to keep the stuff cool. I was thinking of buying a little cooler that's wide enough to fit 3 or 4 bottles. Bike bottles. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Still playing with it. I got 11 months to figure that one out. On the run, um, I had a friend send me the Mortine bars, not the goons, but the bars. Surprisingly, they're very good. I've had a few of these, and after my long rides that I'm having now or my long runs, I don't feel as wiped out. I eat one of these bars before I start. Um, the problem is during a race, usually solid stuff, I can chew it, but I can't swallow it. So I got to figure that part out. I usually end up spitting it out and
Mm.
just going all liquid. I think if I go all liquid, it's another reason why I'm always in the porta pots for obvious reasons. So,
Gotcha.
did that answer your question?
Yeah, I did. I think the question was around, is there like a guilty pleasure type of thing? Like, is there a Firehouse subs and you're gonna have a hook and ladder, which I highly recommend? Or is Kim gonna make you one of those cheesecake casserole things that you're gonna put in there? Or...
I think by the time I get to these bags, it would all be a mess. It's
Mm,
gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty standard on this one, I think. I
gotcha.
mean, I would love to put like a Milky Way bar or a Snickers bar or something in it.
Uh-huh.
It's no way. By the time I get to it, it's gonna be a chocolate puddle.
Gotcha. Now, we did get a tip on a recent podcast recording that we haven't aired yet. So we're going to
Oh,
pass that to you now. And
okay.
that was Chris Curtis, who raced
Yep.
Ironman Florida, your
Laura.
favorite race of all races. Somebody had given him this tip. He used it and said it was a great call. And that is put a small bottle of Scope mouthwash in your run special needs bag so that you can kind of clear your taste palette of all that sugary, gooey stuff that you've eaten throughout the day.
It's amazing what we put in our bodies to
Mm-hmm.
help us during that day and how crappy it really is for you in the long run.
Right. It's so bad.
Yeah.
So much
Yeah.
sugar.
So, so you got to balance that out with your training too. I mean, I always I get envious or jealous of people that say, I just ran 2 hours or 3 hours, or I just biked 5 or 6, and I lost 5 to 10 pounds. I'm going, I'm putting all this stuff in me. When I get on the scale for the next 3 or 4 days, I'm 5 pounds heavier because of the, you're retaining all the salts and
Right.
everything that you're putting in your body. It takes time for your body. At least it takes time for my body to flush it all out and get back to a relatively normal size person. So no, the sculpting I've heard in the past,
Okay.
um, it would be interesting. Um, I wonder how scope tastes at 98 degrees.
I don't know, and I was going to bring this up, but we actually got a comment in the chat as well from Maya, who could who may or may
It's
not
John
be John
Stevens.
Stevens, but I'm not sure. And it is
I can't
freeze
believe
it
people are watching.
and wrap it in aluminum foil. Now, when I
Well,
raced St. George, it was a split transition. We also had to turn in our run bag the day before. It wasn't special needs, and it was predicted to be 90 degrees, and there was a lot of concern about what our run bottles. And so we froze those
mm-hmm,
and we put them in a bag of ice. I didn't wrap them
mm-hmm.
in tin foil, and it wasn't
Well,
horrible by the time I got to the run.
So
you can go to
there,
Walmart or Amazon and get these soft case
that's what I
coolers
was just about to say.
Mhm.
for like little lunches. I don't know if
Hmm.
they can fit a water bottle in it, but if it can fit a water bottle, I'll buy I'll buy 2 or 3 of those, stuff
Yeah.
them in my bike special needs
Yeah.
bag, and
You
then
Well,
stick
they
them in
have
the
to fit in the
freezer
bag
and
overnight.
though.
freeze it, and then put it in
Hmm.
the bag of ice, and then put it in the cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but but it all has to
Okay.
fit inside that Ironman provided bag too, right?
Now
It's a
So
good size bag, though.
the bags are different though too. These
Oh,
are
they are.
actually they're not the plastic bags. They're mesh. So it's
Okay.
okay.
so you won't be able to keep your special needs bags because you'll never see them again. But you get to keep your transition bags. So it's actually a little extra memento of
Hmm.
doing this race.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and that makes sense because besides the size, it's also how much weight will those regular plastic bags hold too, right? Because I'm sure
Well,
there's a limit before the seam's going to split. So it sounds like these are better
Right.
bags.
it'll be interesting. The other thing that I've been toying a lot with is it's a wave start, and so they go by age group. And you would think they would put the young studs, the studettes in the front, 30 to 34, 34, 35 to 39, and so on. Well, they put the old guys, and unfortunately, I will actually be in the 60 to 64 group. Even though I will only be 59, but if they keep it the same they did the last couple of years, I will actually be in the third wave out of 11.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so
That's pretty good.
well, but keep in mind these are the best of the best. The typical finish at this race is 11 hours, not the traditional Ironman where it's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 hours. So I'm going to have 7 waves or so behind me, even though they're spaced apart I think they're 5 minutes apart. I am going to be pummeled in the swim, and I'm a halfway decent swimmer. I finish a swim usually in about an hour and a half. 90% of these people will be able to finish the swim under an hour and 15 minutes, and I will just be
Mm.
pummeled. So by the time I get out onto the bike, the first part goes through corners. There's a lot of turners, twists, uphills, downhills before you get on the Queen K. I'm going to have all those people that do 20 plus miles per hour still pummel me on the bike. By the time I get to mile 30, I will be by myself for the rest of the race. That's how yeah, there's going to be very, very few people in this race that I'm going to pass. So I've been trying to figure out how to deal with that because the biggest issue I've always had with Ironman is not so much the physical stuff; it's what's between these things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's going to be a very interesting race. There's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of negativity going between the years. I remember one of your guests on the podcast said he seems to have 10 voices speaking in his head while he's racing, and 9 of them are shouting at him, demoralizing him, and so on. There's that one voice, that one cheerleader, and that's sunk in. That's exactly what I go through every time I'm in these races, let alone the biggest race in my life. So we'll see.
And I hear
So,
that.
yeah, me too. So you've got 16 plus people that
Right.
are
Hmm.
going to be there. Can you
Hmm.
spread them out so that you can see them and they can be that voice for you?
Yes and no. Um, how can I describe the bike? The Big Island has 2 roads, 2 main roads that go around Kona. There's a lower road, which is the Queen K, which is what we ride on or run on, and then there's one that's up the mountain a little bit. So we close the Queen K down pretty much most of the day, and those 16 people or any spectators, they can't get on that road to go further up. You have to go up this road that's on the hill, drive 20, 30 miles, take a left and get down to Waikoloa and park yourself, and hopefully you get there before I get there. When they see me, then they have to get back in the car, drive up to that road again, and drive farther out, and so on. So, can they do it? Yes, I know they can do it because I've done it with the people that I cheered on when I was on the race. I don't want to ask them to do it. So it's
Do
up
you
to them.
need him that much on the bike?
I need them everywhere.
Well, I mean, first of all, if they're going to travel all the way to Hawaii to cheer you on, I don't
um,
think it would take much to ask them. It's probably just a matter of sharing with them what will be the most beneficial, and I would be
Right.
willing to bet they'd be more than happy to do that. But also Jim, and I know I could see his face, the guest you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head. He's from England.
yeah,
Um, yeah, he raced. He was like it was. He did a charity thing, Recovery UK or something like that. I can see his face. But anyway, um, know that you're gonna have the 16 people that are out there traveling, and you're gonna have all of us here.
you guys are going to be
No, no, no.
sleeping.
I'm being serious. No, we
We are
won't.
not going to be sleeping.
We are so
No.
invested in this
Right.
process. We're going to be up cheering you on, giving you positive,
You're going to be up
sending you,
at
yeah,
2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the
that,
morning. I will
that
not
night I will be
finish. I will not finish until about 7 a.m. your time.
guaranteed. We will be
That's
up
midnight.
on the Discord back and forth. How's
Right.
here? Jim just
Not to
crossed
mention,
mile 16.
yeah.
Mhm.
And got our Aussie friends and our UK friends who are on the Discord too, and they're going to be up tracking
Yep,
you. Like if they're asleep,
Well,
we'll be awake, and vice versa. So
not
you're
not
going to be
yep.
not
tracked all the whole time.
not that that doesn't add any extra pressure.
No, it's not pressure. It's not
it's no, it's
pressure.
not pressure. It's encouragement.
No,
It's these.
Yeah.
it's
We're all
I,
invested in the Jim Ristow journey.
I think the biggest benefit I have to someone who's never done this before
Mm.
is I've been there 3 times, and I've experienced how dark the Queen K gets at night on the run. I've experienced how hot it is at night on that Queen K because all the heat that is sucked up during the day, along with the lava fields that are around it, release all that heat at night, and it just gets super humid. And in 2018, when I went and I surprised my friend that did it, I was the only spectator out there at It had to be like 10 o'clock at night. It was so dark, and it was so lonely. All I had was my iPhone flashlight, and you would kind of see somebody running up towards me, and I would turn my flashlight on, and it would shock them. I go, "Oh, not you, but you're doing a good job." Person after person, and eventually he came around, and I walked with him for like 5, 10 minutes, and he just couldn't stop talking about how dark it was. And he had a headlamp on, but the headlamp didn't help. I've heard people say that you should have a lamp around your chest, a lamp on your head, and to see because it gets so dark. Um, the majority of the marathon, I would say, I would be lucky if I get to mile 10 with some sunshine or some light. So from mile 10 to mile 26, it's going to be in this dark hallway.
They
Okay,
have
I'm gonna
really
hit.
cool
I'm gonna.
headlamps now that are super bright. They're like $100, but like they're super duper bright. I know a lot of the trail runners use them now for
Another
like
hundred
the
bucks.
ultra. Yeah, well, exactly. Uh,
Yeah.
but it
What's
might.
another
I
100 bucks
mean,
at this point?
if you can do whatever you can. I mean, these are things you can do to help prevent some of that to make it easier. If
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
darkness is going to get you down, let's make it bright.
And I'm gonna hit you with some straight tough love right
oh,
now. And that is you've got 11 months to
I
get your
know.
head straight. I'm all for preparing for every scenario, but I certainly hope that you are as focused on the finish line as you are on all the things that could prevent you from getting there.
Right.
Well, I could take that one or two different ways. Well, let's do
Hmm.
both ways. I also have another close friend do this race, and he got to do it twice. Well, he got to do it twice because he didn't get to finish the first time, and it turned out that he actually had a medical condition. So he wrote Ironman, and they were gracious enough to let him come back the next year for the legacy
Wow.
program. He goes the next year and does it. And I asked him, "Did you enjoy it?" Sadly, his response was no. I'm not spending all this money. I'm not spending all this time and all this effort. I haven't been on this 15 plus year journey for my answer to be no.
Mm.
It does worry. It does worry me a lot that finishing. Yes, I have finished 13. I get that. But those 9 that I haven't finished play just as integral part in this journey than the 13 that I have finished. And you better believe I am working towards things where there's trying to figure out nutrition, um, doing the long runs outside in the Florida heats in the summer at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, um, doing difficult rides, whether it's on the trainer, on Zwift, or yes, I will be taking the bike outside in the summer next year. You better believe I'm taking this thing seriously.
I know you
But
are.
the thing that has gotten me through this whole entire journey, unfortunately, the guy's retired now, so it'll have to be somebody else's voice, is those few moments when you turn right on a leaky drive and you're running through Kona. Not when you get to the carpet. There's a good, it'll be about 3/10 of a mile because it's right where my condo is. You're at that point where you can hear the voices, you can hear the cheers, you can see the bright light at the finish line, and there's nothing like this. There's nothing like this finish line. I get those few moments, and maybe that's where my crew, or whatever you want to call them, will be around to congratulate me because it'll just be too nuts at the finish line. I think about it every day. I think about it every hour. I'm constantly. and to the point where it's almost exhausting. You almost kind of want to turn your brain off once in a while. Um, it's coming. You know, I saw a Facebook memory post. You know, the Facebook put those memories on the pictures that you sent,
Mm-hmm.
and it was at that time. So it's a few months ago. At that time, I found out my year, 3 years, 8 months, and 15 days ago from that post.
Has it
So
been that long?
by the time I get to Kona, this will be 4 years. And
Wow.
whatever side you want to be on, the male side, the female side, and so on. I know females that got to go to Kona, that got their legacy spot a year or two after I got my legacy spot, and they did Kona this year.
Hmm.
So Ironman is never going to make anybody happy in this man versus woman. Everybody should be equal. I get it, but I got screwed. That's okay. I'm patient. I wait my time. I wait my turn. Okay, and it is going to be well, it is going to be the biggest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
No,
You
no
just got
pressure.
more time to you got more time to prepare. Just think of it that way.
I I don't think the body is lasting. I got to hang on. I'm nowhere near the runner I used to be. I've been running for 30 years, and it just it just doesn't want to do it anymore. Now, I'm trying to do a run walk program. Hopefully, I can hold on to that run walk thing for X amount of miles on the marathon because I have to bank time. You know, I'm hoping it would be fantastic if I had 8.5 hours to run the marathon. I'm not going to use hopefully I'm not going to use all 8.5 hours. But if I get off the bike and I have 6 hours, 7 hours, that starts playing in my mind, and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that's what makes me want to give up. I have to bank time, so I have to not stop because the race doesn't stop. I might stop, but the time keeps on going. So if I can manage the bike with one stop at special needs, that's 20, 30 minutes. That's all added up if you stop 4, 5, 6 times on the bike that I can bank on the marathon and so on. It will be late. There's not going to be any miracle 13-hour finish here, or 14-hour finish, or 15-hour finish. It'd be nice, but I got to do my I got to do my 90-minute swim. I give myself 15 minutes per transition. Hopefully, I can do them in 10. I'm giving myself a 7.5 hour bike and a 7.5 hour marathon. If you add that all up, that's 17 hours. So if I can do the bike in 7:15, that moves 15 minutes into the marathon. If I can do the transitions in 10 minutes, that moves 5 minutes in each transition into the marathon.
Gotcha.
Like I said, I think about this all the time.
Gotcha. Well, I have every uh, ounce of belief in you, and I know that those 9 DNFs bother you. But I'm gonna throw this out there and say every one of those DNFs were a standard Ironman, and there was always a next one. There was always a next one. So remember that. You got one shot at this race. You got one opportunity. How's the rest of the song go? Uh,
Okay, Eminem.
That's right. I couldn't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Hey, so we've got time for one last question.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
okay.
Who will be more excited or disappointed when this is all over? You or your wife, Kim?
Me.
You will be more
I don't.
excited or you'll be more disappointed?
I'll be both.
Okay.
Um, Kim's been great during this whole thing. She is just as much invested in this as I do. The only thing she doesn't have to do
Hmm.
is do the race. She's been at every single one. She's been the human that has had to pick me up on the human-sized spatula, pour me into the car, or pour me into the bed. Um, she's the one that waits on me head to foot to bring me back to life on these things. I'm excited because historically, not only in Ironman, but in a lot of things in life, I'm a person who is fantastic at getting the ball all the way down to the 1 yard line, but I have major difficulties scoring a touchdown. Uh, this one I have to score the touchdown. It is my one and only choice or my chance. Um, Disappointed right now. You know how the brain of an Ironman works, but just because of how my body feels, it's probably going to be my last full Ironman. Doesn't mean I'm not going to race. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do 7.3s or sprints or stuff like that. And it's not even so much the race; it's the training. Um, it buries me. I've had everybody that I started this with. So I started this back in 2009, 2010, 2011. They've all moved on. Whether it means they've gotten out of Ironman what they wanted to get out of it, or in some really close cases, injury has crept in so much they just simply can't do it anymore. I'm the last one standing in this group. Doesn't mean I haven't made other friends in this
Right.
journey, but that core group of people that I started with, I'm it. Does that mean I was stubborn enough and stupid enough to keep this thing going when I should have stopped years ago? I don't know. So I will be disappointed. Ironman announced, we have an Ironman full distance race here in Jacksonville, and I was tempted to sign up for the one in May. I don't know if I have two Ironmans left in me.
Not in the
That, no,
same
that doesn't
year.
mean that doesn't mean that when I get done with Kona, do I do Jacksonville? Physically, I'm starting to break down. I don't have any major injuries, but the niggles are getting harder to bounce back from. I have a left hip that is one of the reasons why I don't run a lot anymore. I'm trying to become the briskest walker I can be for 26 miles, but physically, I'm done. And truthfully, you know what would be really nice? How about spending my time to do something else in life?
Do you do you have your mind on anything in particular? Like, are you going to play pickleball or anything
I knew
like
you were
that?
going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Well, I mean,
That is
he's
not going
in
to
a
help a
certain
hip injury.
age. He's in an age
I'm in
bracket
a
in
better bracket
Florida.
in
I
Florida.
think.
Yeah.
It is not going to help his hip problem or any
Um,
of his other niggles.
I think that would have a lot to do with the career I'm in, depending what I can do. I mean, I guess the canned answer would be I would love to travel more. Kim and I have always been travelers, but it's shocking. Here's a newsflash: Iron Man takes a lot of that income away to travel.
Mm,
Hmm.
Imagine that. Doesn't mean I would stop working out because if I stop working out and keep on eating this pie, I will soon be 500 pounds. But traveling, um, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on cruises and national parks and
mm.
um, countries that I have been to. I've been to Australia. I've been to France. I've had a good life traveling before the world of Ironman came around. I kind of would like to get back to that. The problem is everything has just gotten so expensive,
Oh my
and
gosh.
even if even if you use the money that you spend to Ironman to supplement a vacation, I don't know. Maybe I'll get an RV and travel around the country like you like to do.
Yeah, I think that's great. And
Um,
putting together a collection of Crocs came in as a suggestion just now, which I think is probably a pretty good one.
man, no.
Well, I know it's an hour ahead of us that you are, and you got to get up. Are you still working out tonight? I don't even know. Hey, did you get
I
your
did
workout in
a
today?
I did was Zwift introduced a whole bunch of New York uh, routes. So I did an hour and 15-minute route right before this. I
Mm-hmm.
guess I could go to the gym. Again, one of the benefits I have, I live in an apartment complex that's kind of more resortish than apartment complex. My pool and my gym are a 2-minute walk from me. So maybe when Kim goes to bed, I'll get over there and do my yoga, do my strength training. They're only 20 minutes apiece.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, I had a good time. I got to eat Oreo cake. I got to see two of my favorite people. I think we got some good information and some insight into what this little 5K thing is going to be in 11 months.
I think
I don't know how.
we just scratched the surface on this thing. I
Less
could
than
talk
11
about.
months.
Well, I was about to say I don't know
Oh
how you feel
yeah.
about it, but I'm thinking maybe February check-in just to see how we're doing.
I think that's a good idea.
You're really putting
Is
pressure on
in
this
is
AM
still.
radio face. You know
Yeah, well, it is
We
what it
gotta make sure you're
is.
not 500 pounds, Jim.
that?
Yeah. And
um,
I do think John Stevens through his daughter's YouTube account came up with a great idea. Actually, I don't know if you saw it, but we should coordinate a Zwift group ride while Jim is
We
on the
could.
bike course, which will keep
Yep.
us all engaged,
you have
which I
to do
think could be
the
And so
fun.
London. You have to do the London. What are they called? The London PRL.
is that the
It's up.
one with the Surrey Hills?
It's one that's it says it takes 7 hours to do, and it's 100 and
Y-
I think it's 120 miles.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and it's super hilly. I don't no.
Yeah, you
Let's
got to do
if
Box
we're gonna
Hill and
do it,
Surrey
let's do
Hill.
a decent route where we're not torturing ourselves the whole time.
You
But we can
got
ride
to
in solidarity.
I
Yeah,
would say
well, I
you'd
think
also
we'll be
have
there.
you'd also have to do the ride at the exact same time I'm doing the ride, no matter where
That's what
you
we're
are in the
talking
world.
about. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we'll organize a group ride
Yeah.
while you're on the bike course.
And
I
you have
think
to
that's
stay
how
on
it'll
the bike
work.
as long as I'm on the bike. So, and remember, I'm
That's
giving myself 7.5 hours at least.
that's the deal. I think that's only
Seven and a
fair,
half hours.
right? That's
I
right.
mean, we can do. I'm
Now,
liking Christopher's idea of these bites of cake, wrapping them up. I
yeah.
think that would be perfect.
Well, I was gonna say we're gonna have our whole special needs. If we're gonna be on the bike on the bike trainer for 7.5 hours, we're
Yes.
definitely gonna
Yes.
need special needs and some bio breaks because
You
I'm
guys are
not
going to be
peeing on my
sleeping.
bike indoors for
No,
sure.
Well,
that would be a mess.
they have the coffee cup pause thing that you can do on Swift, where it gives you 3 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, I did
The
not
bike
know
Yeah.
keeps
that.
on
It
the bike
just
keeps on going,
yeah, it goes
and
your pace. It stays
Oh,
yeah, you
and
tuck in
keeps
behind
going.
someone who's doing a pace, and it keeps on going.
did
Yep.
not know that. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so
very
you
cool.
get 3 minutes.
3 minutes to pee.
We
Very
could
cool.
Pretty close to do it if you have to do the other one.
I could. No, I just need a pee. It'll be fine. All right. Well, cool. Well, Jim, as always, it was great to see you, Ashley.
Always. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good. So you guys
I'm I'm
good
I'm humbled
have a
that
good
there's
evening.
so many people that watched and had questions.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we
I
had a
mean,
whole
and
bunch more, but
the
with
time.
the
But
time.
the nice thing is it'll be available for someone to come back and watch later.
Absolutely.
So
Oh, you mean this is going to be like in the virtual world forever?
Forever.
forever,
Wow.
Forever.
forever. All right. I will. We'll see you in February.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.